Ground ball finds the hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep left side. Receiver open, count it. Touchdown, Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box, and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first.
He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryant. Why not? What a beautiful run.
Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers.
Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Michael. Go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Aldridge Arena in Maplewood, Minnesota. Tonight, North Tartan Co-op team plays host to the Hill Murray Pioneers. Alongside Corey Franzmeyer, I'm Jeff Brand. Glad to have you with us.
Yeah, it should be a great game this evening here. Crosstown rivals. North High School, Tartan, and Hill Murray are all within miles apart. And they all get to play this great arena here this evening, Aldridge, and should be a fun game to watch here tonight, Jeff.
We take a look as the season got underway, the first 10 games. As you look there, some handful of W's and a handful of losses.
Yeah, as you can see, North Tartan got off to a great start for a program just kind of meshing together, but they've lost 3 straight here. And, you know, by the looks of it, it's just that they're having a hard time scoring goals. So we'll see if they can get the goal scoring started early here this evening, Jeff.
It's going to be a tough one as they face a tough Hill Murray team. And take a look at the last second shot. And time had just expired. So
yeah,
tough.
We were there to do that game, Jeb, and you know, just about a half a second too late by getting rid of that puck, and otherwise we could have went on to overtime that night. But Matamita escaped with a victory on that evening.
Tough break for North Tartan now as they face the Pioneers. Coming up here, we in a second here take a look at. We take a look at the first 10 games for the Hill Murray Pioneers, who started off with a loss right out of the gates to Eden Prairie and then recouped nicely.
Yeah, and as you can see, you know, they lost an early game, the opener against Eden Prairie, and another one, Edina. And Hill Murray and those 2 other schools are always there at the end. They've won 5 straight here, and I believe Coach Schaffhauser is probably real happy where his team is here at the middle of December.
Absolutely. We take a look at the Metro East standings, where the Pioneers here from Hill Murray sit on top with a total of 8 points thus far.
Yeah, they're 4-0, 8-2 overall, and as you can see, North Tartan sitting there at 1-2 and 6-4 overall. And you know, Hill Murray's owned this conference for some time here, and North Tartan is just a kind of a young, 2 experienced programs coming together to be one. And so it might take a little bit before they start to get on that top half of that Metro East Conference to start competing with Hill Murray.
As we take a look at tonight's matchup between the 2 squads, North Tartan with only 3 first-period goals thus far.
Yeah, we talked about the last game we did, Jeb. They have a hard time scoring early. You know, they were able to come back a little bit against Matamita the other night, but as you can see, scoring goals has been their difficulty, and you know, until they get past that, it's going to be tough to beat, especially a powerhouse like Hill Murray.
As we take a look on the other side, Hill Murray there only allowed 9 goals this entire season. Pretty impressive stat.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, I mean, this team has taken some different ways to win over the last couple of years. A couple of years ago when they were state champions, they were just lighting up the scoreboard. You know, as we saw them last year, they were a little more of a defensive team with good goaltending, and I think that's kind of the way they're going so far early on this year.
As we take a look at a couple of key players to keep an eye on for the North Tartan Co-op team, they lean heavily on senior forward number 3, Maddie Chokas.
Yeah, we've done a few games with her last year, and one last week, and she's a great north-south skater, great ability to score goals. Obviously, you can see she's got 3 game-winning goals this year. So she's definitely going to be a key player to watch for North to see if they can get out of that scoring slump.
And for the Pioneers, they rely heavily on a junior forward, number 22, Abigail Boreen.
Yeah, Abigail Boreen has 9 goals, 7 assists so far this year. She scored a point in each of the last 5 games. And as you can see, she's committed to the U of M, so she'll be a lady gopher next year. Or in a couple years, actually, sorry.
As we take a look at the starting lineup for the North Tartan Co-op.
Yeah, as you can see, it's a kind of familiar faces of what we've seen the last few years. You got Meadler, Cawshaw, Klein, and Chokus on the forwards, and Percy and Hawkins in defense. But they've got their backup goalie, Natalie Baker, in net tonight. And she's 1-1 early on in the season here, but definitely gives them a chance to win this evening.
And on the other side for the Pioneers tonight, they take a look at their starting lineup at the front half and a couple of defense.
Yeah, as you can see, Featherstone and Boreen are a couple names we're familiar with calling with Doon Hill games last year. A good defensive pair to start off, and they also have their backup goalie in here this evening, Rachel Kennedy.
As we take a look at those goaltenders for North Tartan, as you touched on, they'll give the call to the junior, number 33, Natalie Baker here tonight.
Yeah, Natalie Baker, 1-1 with 1.5 goals against, 93% on the year for North Tartan, and Rachel Kennedy for Hill Murray is 2-0, and she has yet to give up a goal so far this year.
And Hill Murray relies on the young underclassmen. It's a freshman goaltender for tonight. We're going to cue in here on our national anthem.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thanks, Ken.
And as we, again, before the anthem there, we're touching on the Hill Murray Pioneers will just an underclassman, a freshman in number 30. Rachel Kennedy gets the nod tonight, and that's for the Pioneers.
Yeah, you can call her the youngster. I mean, the usual starter, Ava Bailey, is only a sophomore, so she's only a year behind her. But, both goaltenders so far have done a great job. Rachel Kennedy, as I said before we went to the national anthem, she's 2-0, and she has not given up a goal yet this year. So with a team that's having a hard time scoring goals this year in North Tartan, they're going up against a goalie who hasn't let one in yet. So it should be interesting to see how that plays out.
Should be a good one here, as the Pioneers certainly do have a tough defense. We take a look at a couple of keys to the game from North Tartan. We had a chance to speak with head coach Nick First prior to the game.
Yeah, Coach Nick First addressed 3 simple things. He said he wants his ladies to trust the system, pepper the goalie, get after her early, and get as many shots on net as they can, and keep them at the perimeter. So that's kind of the goals for North Tartan to try to beat the Pioneers here this evening.
And on the other side, we spoke briefly with head coach Schaffhauser, and he talked about some early losses and how his team's battled back nicely. Some upcoming broadcasts here for TV 19 you can see on your screen there, and got some great games to cover the rest of the year. We're ready to get set here at Aldridge Arena. We're underway. The Pioneers win the face-off. They started out of their own end up through center, onto the stick and dumped in nicely by Featherstone. And it's sent out to the front of the net, bounced around, and a big save as the North Tartans tested early, but able to make a save was the young goaltender Baker.
I'll tell you what, that's one way for a young goaltender who's only played a couple games so far this year to get loose and into this game. You know, got pepper right off the bat, and that was a phenomenal save there by the young goaltender.
Early on, the Pioneers jump right out on North Tartan. And this is one thing that head coach Schaffhauser had touched on, is just getting an early start and trying to get that offensive momentum going here as North Tartan looks to escape the zone. They send it down and around, and it's just out of the reach, now picked up on the half wall, and it's sent the length of the ice. Both teams give chase. Icing's waved off. Hill Murray back to play it. This is Keppel as she's tied up there in her own end now. Puck gets squirted around down low. Now Blinkhorn picks it up and up the half wall. Hill Murray escapes the zone. Now in the neutral, and it's sent all the way back to play it for North Tartan. This is Grease Clans as that hit the back of the net. Pioneers jump on it. It's sent back to the point. One out front. That's wide of the net. Now on the half wall. North Tartan unable to clear the zone. Is Hill Murray able to hold it? And Kaufman gives chase, and now it's sent by Blinkhorn to the point, back into the corner. Blinkhorn tries to center, just out of the reach, and North Tartan will send it the length of the ice and change. This one will go for icing, and with 15:26 left to play in the opening period, North Tartan yet to register a shot. The Pioneers with a few thus far.
Yeah, it's going to be a long night for North Tartan if they can't get in Hill Murray's zone and able to attack it. I mean, in the first few minutes in this game, it's like they've almost were trying to kill off a penalty there, Jeb. And so if they can't muster some offense and get it and penetrate Hill Murray's zone, it is going to be a long night for these ladies here.
Meter wins the draw for North Tartan as it's sent down and around. Piercy plays it up the half wall. And North Tartan able to escape the zone. Now through center. Piercy centers to Chokus. It's just out of her reach. And she plays it back. Picked up nicely there by Hawkins as she tries to hit Chokus. That out of her reach. And again, icing's called on North Tartan.
Yeah, you know, when it comes down to what Coach first said about, you know, trusting their system, you know, that's a situation there where, you know, relax, you know, instead of trying to get rid of the puck and just scoot it off somewhere, you know, remember what you're doing, keep your head up, you know, find the open player and get out there and make some plays.
Hill Murray able to win the draw here as now out through center. It's bounced around and sent all the way back through the neutral zone. Back to play it is Anthony for the Pioneers. Anthony reverses and now goes D to D. Up through center onto the stick. And now through neutral. It's sent into the corner. Steigoff gives chase, now back behind the own net. And the puck's caught up on the net, so we get a stoppage in play with 14:31 left to play, opening period. It's North Tartan Co-op versus the Pioneers from Hill Murray.
Yeah, from what I've heard here, Jeb, listen to the announcers, we're waiting for them to have some kind of a nickname or mascot. I believe they are the North Tartan TNT now.
It's a good tidbit to know. We've been calling them the Co-op since we've been covering them in their inaugural season last year. As now North Tartan, the TNT, enters the zone with some speed. Sent into the corner, still looking to register their first shot as the Pioneers now up the half wall all the way out through center. It's sent right back in. North Tartan tags up and back to play it for Hill Murray is Casa. Casa puts on the brakes. Now looks to go up the half wall. She's peppered there nicely. North Tartan with an opportunity out front, just out of the reach. And the Pioneers are able to clear the zone. And now North Tartan, this is Bellows as she sends it over. Sent all the way back. Bellows with a shot just wide. A good looking opportunity there, but unable to put that one on net. And now with speed, Boreen sends it up front. Just out of the reach, it's centered. And North Tartan able to pick it up. And again, right on it immediately is Keppel. She centers out front. Unable to register a shot there. It's bounced around and now back behind the North Tartan net. Sent all the way back to the point. Wemple has it picked off her stick. That was Bellows able to get a stick in. She sends it down, and North Tartan will go off for a change. Pioneers now out of their own end, just out of the reach there for Boreen. This one goes all the way down into the corner. Icing waved off. Pioneer shot tipped out front, but never made its way on. Now Puck behind the North Tartan net. Picked off there. Kicked around a bit, and now on the half wall, excuse me. Down into the corner, this is Hagelson. Hagelson sends it low. And tied up there nicely was Keppel. And sent out front, and a whistle stop as Baker is able to glove it.
Yeah, a little bit of different pace of play than we saw the other night here, Jeb. I mean, these two teams are, obviously, Hill Murray's got a few probably better skaters than North Tartan, but North Tartan was able to create some scoring chances on the other end, and Hill Murray's had a few here, and it's been definitely a more of a aggressive, creating scoring opportunity type game than we saw the other night, of kind of where the game was kind of played right in the neutral ice there.
Hill Murray again wins the draw here as the penalty coming now on North Tartan. We'll get our first look at the Pioneer power play as hooking is called on number 22 for North Tartan as she'll take a seat.
Yeah, it's definitely not good news for North Tartan here. I mean, now they got to kill a penalty, and they've been kind of, playing back on their heels in their zone the whole evening. So, this would be a big penalty kill for North Tartan if they can make it happen.
Puck is covered by Baker there. So we'll get a draw just to the left of Baker. Penalty was called on number 22, and that's sophomore Ashley Steinberg. Gets the call up to the varsity team tonight. Hill Murray looks to set up the power play now. Wemple sends it down on the half wall. Tied up nicely there by Bellows. Unable to clear the zone. Now Bellows is able to send it the length of the ice. Taylor Wemple back as Chokus is right on her. Wemple goes into the corner. Chokus gives chase. And the captain comes away with it. Senior captain for the Pioneers has her pass picked off by Maddie Chokus. She sends it in. And a new set of penalty killers will come out for North Tartan. Pioneers now from their own end. Pass just off the mark. North Tartan able to momentarily stop it. And now the Pioneers look to set up the power play. This one is held in nicely by Wemple. Shot right on, and Baker steers it aside. And now in the corner, Boreen tries to send it out. It's bounced around and able to clear as North Tartan is now Keppel with it. Keppel gives into the offensive zone. She goes down behind North Tartan, sent out front, and Baker's able to get a stick on it and hold on. 11-11 left to play here in the first period.
Yeah, Natalie Baker.
As we take a look at the penalty from earlier on North Tartan that get Steinberg to. 46 seconds left in the Pioneer power play. North Tartan unable to clear there, is now on the half wall. Sent down into the corner, back up to the half wall. Boreen, top of the circle, sends it low, and that one never made it on to Baker. Now Boreen tries to look back door, and that was just out of the reach. Now with speed, this is Helgelson, sends it low, a shot right on, and Baker's able to glove in hold.
Yeah, Natalie Baker, for only having played 2 games so far this year. I mean, the numbers look good in the 2 games, but Olivia Schultz has had a majority of the playing time this year, but she looks so good so far here against this high-powered Hill Murray club.
Hagelson's pass is just out of the reach of Greeter. This one comes all the way down. There's no call on the play as Chokus and Greeter got a bit physical. Chokus comes away with it. She sends it down into the corner, and that'll just about chew up the rest of the time on the power play for the Pioneers. Is now North Tartan's back to full strength. Boreen with speed now enters the zone. Shot just wide of the net, and it caroms all the way back. Anthony holds it in, and now Bellows out of her own end. Over onto the stick of Steinberg, just out of the box. Has it bounced around. Now Bellows from the side registers the first North Tartan shot, and able to hold on is the Hill Murray goaltender, Rachel Kennedy.
Yeah, I think North Tartan did a great job of killing that penalty, and I hope to see the same intensity out of them, after killing that penalty. Don't get soft now, and don't get, keep skating hard and try to get some of those shots on goal like Coach First wanted them to do, one of the keys of the game there.
Just over 10 minutes left to play here in the opening period. As Hill Murray wins the draw, back behind her own net now is Sevgi. She plays it up the half wall. North Tartan holds the zone nicely. It's sent in. And now Sevgi sends it down and around onto the stick of Casa. Casa pulls it back. Chokus is there, and a shot right on Kennedy able to get a glove on it. A great opportunity for North Tartan, but Kennedy was there to answer the call. Now out through the neutral zone. Nice stick handling by Casa. She enters the zone again. A nice move. Casa shoots right on. Baker is there to make the pad save. Some nice stick handling there by Mackenzie Casa.
Yeah, as you can see here, Maddie Chokas, great shot on that. She's got a great knack for the puck, and I tell you what, anytime there's some action on the ice, she's around there. She's one of the funnest players I think we've gotten to see here in the last couple of years in this conference, Jeb.
And now North Tartan with a win off the faceoff, and they play it out of their own end, try to center, and it comes all the way out through neutral. Now it's sent all the way across by Casa onto the stick and picked up there by Blinkhorn. Blinkhorn makes a move on the side, and she shoots just wide of the net. A good opportunity for the Pioneers, but again missed the net. Sent right in, a kick saved by Baker. And North Tartan now scrambling a bit. Pioneers back it around, and Baker's there to make the initial save on the rebound, and a huge save. Now North Tartan able to clear the zone early on here. Natalie Baker's been tested and has been good. Back to play it for North Tartan. This is Thieschaffer. She plays it up off of her own player there, and it bounces all the way back. Now out through the neutral zone. It's sent over. The Pioneers turn it right back in as they try to center. No penalty on the play there as Thieschaffer looked to be interfered with. The play goes on. A tough battle there, comes all the way out. It's shot deflected in front of Baker and into the corner. Pioneers starting to play kind of hard. There's an opportunity here. Sent right on, and again, Baker makes the save. Abigail Boreen with a good opportunity. And Natalie Baker again holds on for a stoppage in play.
Yeah, Natalie Baker's, I don't want to discredit, but she's doing a great job. But as you can see, some of these loose pucks just haven't quite hit the sticks, or, North Tartan's gotten a little lucky on where these pucks have been because they've had some great opportunities. They had some wide open looks, but Baker's still doing a great job.
Sent on around by Hawkins now on the half wall, and it comes just out of the zone as now Meter will play it there. Now picked up nicely by Hawkins as she gains the zone. Now Pioneers back the other way. Sent it across ice. This is Featherstone with speed. Featherstone around, and that one hits the pipe. A good opportunity for Featherstone. And unable to capitalize as now that one squirts by. Featherstone from down behind the net plays it back down low for Peterson. Peterson is tied up by Percy. Nice job there as Meter picks it up. Bounced around. And now this puck comes back to center as Wemple plays it. D to D, and now up through center, off the reach there for Peterson. It's sent in by North Tartan, and Taylor Wemple's back to play it. She leaves it there for her D partner. And now up the half wall. Through neutral zone, this one hit a skate and remains at center. Now with speed, trying to enter the zone, bounced around, and it's picked up there by Bromerick. Sent up the boards and all the way back through neutral. Now Miranda Anthony through center. Nice job there to corral it with Steigoff as she works the half wall. Thieschaffer sends it down and around onto the stick of Bellows. Bellows through center. Now Bellows sends one in just wide of the net. North Tartan with a change. Back to play it is Anthony for the Pioneers from behind her own net. Sent up now through center. Tipped around and picked off there by North Tartan. Back to play it up through neutral zone was Greeter as she stays on it. And now it's sent in by Thieschaffer. Anthony picks it up for the Pioneers. This one off the mark. North Tartan holds the zone. Now out front, near opportunity there, but unable to get a shot off was North Tartan. This time the Pioneers are off sides, and North Tartan will send it down the length of the ice. That was Kylie Thompson, another junior varsity player getting a call up here tonight. This one's tipped at center, but icing's put on, and icing's the call as Chokas was the first down there, but just a step too late.
Yeah, it's been a fun game here so far, Jeb. A lot of intensity, a lot of hard skating for both teams. You know, you got to think, you know, where all these girls came from. You know, I'm not sure. I don't have, you know, all the locations, but, you know, North St. Paul, Tartan, and Hail Murray are all within miles together. So I'm sure at some point all these girls have either played against each other or played with each other or against each other at some point in their lives.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of reunions across the board as this one sent all the way down the length of the ice by the Pioneers. So back to play it is Casa. No icing on the play. Kaushal Klein was in on her as they send it back around. Now Svengi has it roll off her stick. Chokus from down low and sent Svengi with a nice play on her. Held in nicely, but picked off there. An opportunity here for the Pioneers. Far side with the puck is Kaufman right on, and a big save. Rebound and a huge kick save by Baker. Chokus the other way for North Tartan, sends it in deep. She steps around Wemple, unable to pull it back there now. Picked up on the side, it's shot right on, and they score! The North Tartan Co-op strike first. It's 1-0 on a goal by Kaushal Klein.
Yeah, that was just a dirty work style goal there. It was just, you know, the puck was out in front of the net, and the girls just kept putting sticks on it until it finally beat Rachel Kennedy, the freshman here. As you can take a look, it's out in front, and they're just fighting and fighting until finally that goes in.
And it looked like it may have been Mackenzie Bromerich on the replay there. A couple of North Tartan gals out front. Nevertheless, they've got a 1-0 lead with 4.5 minutes left to play here in the opening period. And so it's been all Pioneers for the most part, as entering in the zone with speed, drawing the penalties, sent out front. It'll be another North Tartan penalty. Is a nice job there knocking it off the stick. Offsides is called here. The penalty is called on North Tartan for tripping. As we take a look at the contact there, and definitely a good call by the officials.
And that was official. It was Zoe Kaushal Klein scoring her second goal of the season to give North Tartan here a 1-0 lead late in the first period, Jeb.
Brianna Grieskalns takes the penalty there for tripping. So with 4:09 left to play here in the first period, North Tartan leads it 1-0. The Pioneers now with a power play. On the half wall, they set it up. This is Helgelson. She sends it back, and it's played right back down to Helgelson. Helgelson from the half wall sends it low. Featherstone right out front. And a nice save, and again, Baker, some impressive leg saves thus far. Been kicking the pads left and right, and she's been solid thus far.
Yeah, and you know, the two things that are kind of playing out here this evening, as you can see, Baker's save here was, you know, she's been staying on her head a little bit. You know, she's been getting peppered pretty good and keeping the puck out of the net. And, you know, North Tartan hasn't had many scoring opportunities, but they've scored on their one big opportunity they've had. And that's kind of going to have to be how North Tartan wins this game tonight, is basically that philosophy.
Another big save by Baker here, as 1:33 left in the Pioneer power play, as a faceoff now comes between Meter and Boreen for the Pioneers. Boreen wins it back, and it's sent over. Shot right on and just out of the reach there. A good opportunity for Helgelson, but unable to get a stick on it, as now the puck comes back, and Boreen picks it up. Boreen sends it back to Keppel. Keppel up top now, makes a move. Keppel with space, shoots back door, rebound, and they score. Abigail Boreen on the rebound. Natalie Baker made the initial save, and just like that, a power play goal for the Pioneers. We're all knotted up at 1.
Yeah, that was a great scoring opportunity for Hail Murray. You know, and that was kind of what we had talked about earlier. You know, she makes the initial save, and you know, she's doing a good job, but sometimes, you know, that loose puck just finds the right spot, and she didn't have a chance to stop Abigail Boreen from scoring that 10th goal of the year.
So we're tied here at 1 with just over 3 minutes left to play in the opening period. The Pioneers now play it out of their own end. They send it up through center. It's tipped off there by Cashin. Cashin goes down to the ice, and Highshafer plays it around. Onto the stick now. Steinberg plays it up. And that one Thompson through center and now back the other way. This was Allie Clark tried to pass. Tipped out and they score! The Pioneers on a redirect shot. Tough break for Baker, and just like that, seconds apart, less than a minute apart, the Pioneers go on top 2-1 on a goal by number 21, Gretchen Greeter.
Yeah, that was just just a hard shot there, and took a redirection, and Baker didn't really have a chance to make that adjustment at the end there, and it's unfortunate for how well she's done here in this first period to now be trailing 2-1.
So the Pioneers will send it in down into the corner, back to play it for North Tartan, unable to hold on to that one. It's kicked around now and out through center, an opportunity here, 2-on-1. Chokus gives chase and caught up nicely there. The Pioneers with a good back check, and back the other way is Anthony for Hill Murray. Anthony on the half wall, plays it back. This one's going to come out of the zone now. Chokus through center, sends it in. And Hill Murray, Spengi from behind her own net, puts on the brakes, and then Chokus is right there. Chokus tries to center. It's picked up by Beldy. And now on the half wall, Pioneers trying to clear. Kalshaw Klein's able to keep the zone, and now back the other way. This is Steigoff for Hill Murray. On the far side, tries to make her way out front. Pass was deflected and into the corner. Helgelson now. Helgelson back around, Thigh Schaefer on her. Featherstone with the puck in the corner, back down to Helgelson. Helgelson tries to center, just out of the reach for Boreen. And Wempel's able to tightrope the line there. North Tartan thought they may have stepped out. The official was right there. Casa back for Hill Murray. She tries to make a move, but she's battered there. It's turned over now. North Tartan from behind the Pioneer net. Tried to center, it's bounced around briefly. Now Hill Murray. Pass off the mark, comes all the way around. Featherstone tries to make a move, and the Pioneers are in a step early. Offside's called with a 1:06 left to play. Opening period, the Pioneers lead it 2-1.
Yeah, and if you're keeping track at home, that was number 21, Gretchen Greeter, the sophomore defense from Hill Murray. That was her second goal on the season.
Face-offs won by Boreen. Entering the zone now is Wempel. Wempel right through center, looks to shoot. Tipped out front and unable to get a handle on it was Featherstone. Helgelson tries to center for Boreen, but that's picked off. And it's sent out through neutral. Back to play it is Keppel for the Pioneers. Keppel with speed tries to center. It's picked off nicely there by North Tartan, and it's sent in by Hawkins. Keppel right away up through center. As the Pioneers enter the zone with speed, this is Allie Clark. Picked off there, but Keppel's there. The senior captain fires one on, and it's deflected up into the netting. 26 seconds left to play in this opening period. A nice job thus far by Natalie Baker, but they trail 2-1 with just 26 seconds left here.
Yeah, Natalie Baker's done a great job. I mean, she's made multiple saves on multiple scoring opportunities, and she's given up a couple goals, but they were well shot and well-earned goals by the Pioneers.
Keppel enters the zone, and now the Pioneers, with just 15 seconds left to play, send it back. Keppel fires one on, and it's knocked down out front by the North Tartan defense. That one looked like it might have stung Hawkins a bit. Now Meter plays it up through center all the way down the length of the ice. And that'll do it for the first period as it comes to a close. The Pioneers 2 and North Tartan 1 after 1.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jeb, it's been a great, it's been a very entertaining first period here. 2-1 Hill Murray. I think they are the better team. North Tartan is a up-and-coming program. Kalshaw Klein scored her second goal of the year to get the lead and get some good momentum, and Hill Murray battled back and scored a couple goals. I think for both coaches and both programs, I think this 2-1 Hill Murray lead after the end of the first period is about right where they thought they would be and right where they want to be at this point.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at those goals as the North Tartan was able to get on the board first, and you see the strong hustle by Chokus to set this one up.
Yeah, she's got a knack for the puck, and she's always around it. And, you know, she gets it scooted out there in front of the net. And then, you know, the girls just get out front there and kind of scrap and claw. And, you know, it finds the back of the net to take a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, you see just what we would call a garbage goal. And it looks like it actually, on that second angle, may have made its way in on the initial shot. The Pioneers came right back moments later as it was fired right on, and the rebound, Boreen was there to clean it up.
Yeah, you know, Baker's done a fantastic job all night, but I don't think there was any way she was going to make that save. That was just sniped right there out in the front by Boreen.
And then the go-ahead goal for the Pioneers was a deflection. Not much Natalie Baker could do, as it was fired from far out. And it deflected in on Baker, and just like that, it's 2-1 Pioneers after one. So we'll be back with the start of our second period right after this. Stay tuned.
Ever since it's been around, just a spoonful of menthol helps the poison go down.
Smoke-related illness is killing us, disproportionately black men and youth.
Far surpassing any other drug, disease, or car crashes. And it's no accident.
The ashtray leads to our ashes.
Sin embargo, esa no es la historia que ustedes nos cuentan. Ustedes, con sus anuncios, disfrazan el sabor de la muerte. Ustedes no nos dicen las tasas de la mortalidad, tampoco nos dicen lo que vamos a pagar, la deuda por cada aliento.
You're betting on us to ignore the Surgeon General's warning.
You improve profit margins when you profit off those in the margins, making us think you're our friends by giving us a bargain.
Like a van, parked out on the corner giving away free sample cartons.
It's all addictive, and menthol makes quitting even harder.
It's disgusting to see how you focus your campaign on the young, black, and dumb.
That's the way you described us, saying, the younger the better. Black lungs don't matter, as long as our pockets get fatter. We don't smoke it, so it don't matter.
We're not buying these lies you're telling us. It's all just smoke, you're blowing us.
RJ Reynolds said he'd never smoke it, but he's selling it to us. Sponsoring our favorite concerts, movies, and magazines. But we're here to tell you that we're on to your scheme. We see the ugly truths behind the smoke screen, the beautiful lies that we won't believe.
Stop selling us these beautiful lies and ugly truths.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause we ain't buying them.
Cause I ain't buying them.
And welcome back as we get set to start our second period. The Pioneers lead it 2-1 after one. Folks, we want to remind you to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TV19sports, or you could even follow us on Twitter. It's twitter.com/TV19sports. Follow along with all the action, some trivia questions, and so much more with our Facebook and our Twitter accounts. As we get back after it, Corey, not a bad first period.
No, I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was a lot of intensity from both teams. You know, I think, like I said, after the end of the first period, 2-1. I think both teams like where they're at, and we'll kind of see how it shakes out here in the second period.
Keppel starts with it behind her own net, now up the half wall as Helgelson has it banged off her stick momentarily, and now they're able to clear the zone. Is bounced up and into the North Tartan bench, and we get a quick stoppage in play here early on into our second period. The Pioneers ahead 2-1 on a deflected goal there late in the first period to take the early lead, but nevertheless a pretty back and forth game thus far. Pioneers have had the better of the scoring chances, but only lead by one goal thus far. As North Tartan now at center as they bang it around there, tied up on the half wall, and Bellows fights for it. Now Thigh Schaffer back to play it, plays it up the wall, and entering the zone, Keppel fires one in. Teichaffer knocks it down, and a big save by Baker right on, and she holds on for the whistle.
Yeah, I think one of the intriguing things I'm going to follow, I'm curious to follow here in the second period, Jeb, is if Natalie Baker, she's only played 2 games this year. This is her 3rd start of the season, and she's done a fine job. If she can keep that pace up throughout the rest of this game on making those saves that she did in the first period.
Wemple fires one in, and Baker's able to steer it aside, and now Bellows tries to gain the zone, and she does just that. And it's sent back out through neutral zone. Now back to play it is Boreen for Hill Murray. Up through center, just out of the reach of Hagelson, and Kaushal Klein now enters the zone. She tries to drop for Chokas, just out of the reach. Featherstone back the other way for the Pioneers. Down the half wall, in, makes a move, and Baker with a huge leg save, and a great look for Featherstone, and even better save by Baker. Fired on now and kicked aside was Kennedy. A good look there for North Tartan, as both teams with a couple of early scoring chances. Now Helgelson enters the zone, and right away North Tartan's defense is right on her. Nicely done there by Percy to keep her off to the perimeter, like head coach Nick First talked about early on in our pregame. Puck's tied up in the corner now. 15 minutes left to play here in the second period. Hill Murray leads it 2-1. Puck squirts out, and it's kicked all the way back. Held in nicely there by Greeter for the Pioneers. Now North Tartan looks to break out of their own end. They play it up the half wall. Kaushal Klein knocks it down. Percy through center onto the stick of Chokas. Chokas immediately gobbled up by 3 Pioneer defenders. Chokas out of the corner, tries to center. It's picked off there, and now back the other way, just out of the reach for the Pioneers, Allie Clark. Picked up there, they regain it. Sent out front and just fanned on it. A good opportunity and a good looking play, but unable to get a stick on it were the Pioneers, and back to play it now is Anthony, as she turns back in her own end. Anthony far side, just out of the reach of Beldy, as Beldy gives chase. And for North Tartan, this is Cashin from her own net. Puts on the reverse, sent up the half wall, out of the reach of her forward, now out of the corner, tries to step around, and a good defensive play by Cashin. Sent all the way back, shot is knocked down out front by Thompson. Now out of the corner, it's sent right on, and that one's high and wide of the net. Pioneers able to hold the zone. A nice job there by Steigoff as she centers. No one home for the Pioneers, and now North Tartan able to clear the zone. Sent in deep by Young, and back to play it are the Pioneers. North Tartan with a change. Sebke up the half wall all the way out through center, and it's picked up there by Percy. Percy has her pass picked off. Now sent right on, and Baker is able to corral that one in and hold on for the whistle.
Yeah, it was a great job by Baker getting that puck in and jumping on it. The fact that she's only played 2 games, comparable to their counterpart, this has got to be one of the better teams that they've faced this year, North Tartan, and she's done a great job of keeping them in this game. This game could easily be out of hand already, and she's made some incredible saves.
It'll be interesting to see if they call on Baker later in the year as she steers one on the side there. Maybe go to more of a goalie split as the season progresses. Now Bellows for North Tartan, unable to clear the zone. It's held in on the half wall. As they battle there, Bellows comes away with it. Yeah, but unable to clear the zone. Featherstone with speed down into the corner. Featherstone around the net and sends it back down low. Boreen picks it up. Boreen tries to leave it there. Bellows picks it up and centers. And if North Tartan able to clear the zone, now Hanahan is able to get it into the Pioneer Zen. Boreen back the other way onto the stick of Featherstone. Lindsay Featherstone makes a move, picks up, draws the penalty there. A little too much contact, and the Pioneers will go back on the power play with 12:22 left to play in the second period.
Yeah, like you said, Jeb, there's a little too much contact there, but I think more importantly, I think it was unnecessary contact. I think more or less she needed to just, skate and keep an eye on her instead of putting a stick on her, but here they go again, trying to kill off their third penalty of the game.
Marissa Hawkins was the guilty party, so Pioneers now with a power play with just over 12 minutes left here in the second period, and they lead it 2-1 thus far. And able to clear the zone are North Tartan. Back to play it is Keppel for the Pioneers. Keppel up the half wall. Pioneers gain the zone. 3-on-2 opportunity, tried to fire it on. Unable to get good wood on it. Now back, Wemple has it. She leaves it on the side. Shot right on, and Baker with a kick save. Over to the far side, Keppel now. Keppel sends it down low. Blinkhorn sends it into the corner. Now it's back up top to Keppel. Keppel fires one in, looking for a deflection, and Blinkhorn unable to get a stick on it. Blinkhorn leaves it there for Clark. Sent out. Blinkhorn fires one just wide, and it comes all the way back out. Mariah Keppel sends one far side. Bounced off the player, and another tough break for Baker. Is that one hit the chest of the forward and found its way into the back of the net. A tough break for Baker, but nonetheless, it's a 3-1 lead for the Pioneers.
Yeah, you can see Baker keeping her eye on the puck on where it was going, and you know, she was reading it right, and so happens, you know, right off the Hill Murray player, right through the 5-hole. That is a tough break for a team that's having a hard time scoring points, and now they got an uphill battle, down 2 goals here to the Pioneers of Hill Murray.
Looked like that one caught Katie Kaufman and found its way into the back of the net. So it's a goal for the Pioneers. Now they lead it 3-1 with another power play goal, second of the night. And North Tartan, a couple of bad breaks. It's been a pretty back and forth game, but the Pioneers lead by 2.
No, absolutely. I think Natalie Baker's done a good job in net. I don't think North Tartan has hardly, you know, challenged Rachel Kennedy much this evening. You know, but they have had good opportunities, and you know, and have seized one of those opportunities by scoring that goal first and get the scoring started this evening, and that was the first goal that Rachel Kennedy gave up this year. So they've broken that situation. But as you take a look here again, Jeb.
Yeah, you take a second look there. The officials had come together to discuss whether or not it was a good goal, and there was no real intent on the deflection. It simply hit Kaufman up in the upper chest area and found its way into the back of the net. So it is a good goal. The Pioneers take a 3-1 lead. It's good to see the officials just looking to get the right call out there.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was Kaufman's 3rd goal of the year for the junior or sophomore defenseman.
Now, Pioneers play it out of their own end now. 2-0 lead here as they send it up. This is Wemple with speed. She has the puck knocked off of her stick by Cashin, and it's sent down. Thigh Schaefer just out of her reach. And back to play it now for North Tartan is the sophomore Kylie Thompson. Played all the way back now. Keppel through center, and it's sent right in by the Pioneers Peterson as they go on for a change. North Tartan looking to get some offensive momentum going here as it came out early with a nice shot on net, but it's been all Pioneers since. 10:15 left to play, second period. Turnover here deep in their own end. Pioneers send it back to the point. It's held in nicely there by Greeter. Sent into the corner and now played up the half wall. It's picked up by Steinberg and played all the way down into the Pioneer end. Anthony's there for Hill Murray. She plays it up onto the stick of Steigoff. Steigoff enters the zone. She's got Beldy with her. Beldy now in the corner, battles with Thigh Schaefer. And Thigh Schaefer comes away with it, sends it around. Just out of the reach. Pioneers able to hold the zone. Greeter sends it into the corner. Thigh Schaefer now from behind her own net. Back the other way. Sent out through center. A nice job there. Bellows now for North Tartan. Sends it in. She'll go off on a change, and back to play it is Anthony for the Pioneers. It's left there for Helgelson. Helgelson turns back around, turnover, but just unable to get a stick on it was Bromerich. Now Chokis has the puck knocked off her stick. Pioneers enter the zone. Featherstone out front, and Boreen had her shot deflected up and over the net. Now Helgelson centers. Featherstone right on, and a big save by Baker with point-blank range there. Sent back to the point. Now Anthony unable to get it deep into the zone. And tied up there. Looks like we've got a penalty on the Pioneers. We'll get our first look at the North Tartan power play here tonight. And the call is going to be hooking on the Pioneers. 8:38 left to play here as Lindsay Featherstone picks up the penalty for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and as the sound of it, there's some of the crowd here wanted another penalty there before at the whistle, but you know, this is a big opportunity here for North Tartan to do something. At least keep the puck in Hill Murray's zone, challenge the goaltender Kennedy a bit, and you know, see if they can't get within another goal here, because they're getting outskated a little bit, and it's not because they don't have the heart. It's just I think Hill Murray's just got them on the skill set a bit.
And see, hooking was called on Featherstone there as Chokis sets up the power play. She fires one that's deflected and goes all the way back into the corner. The Pioneers are first to jump on it, and they're able to clear the zone. Back to play it is Percy for North Tartan from her own end, as she's got Blinkhorn challenging her along with Kaufman. And now Koshal Klein makes a move. Koshal Klein through center. Sends it down into the corner. And immediately the Pioneers jump on it all the way back. Percy kicks it down. And now an opportunity the other way for the Pioneers. All alone, fired on, and a big save by Baker. And we've got a delayed penalty coming up, so it'll be a short-lived North Tartan power play as Maddie Chokis is called for cross-checking here.
Yeah, she came in the skater hard there, and kind of another one of those unnecessary penalties. You know, she could have went in and made a play with the stick or something. Didn't need to come up high on Blinkhorn, but you know, an opportunity lost there. Now they got to, play even strength hockey here, and hopefully they can make something happen for themselves.
We'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 42 seconds, it looks like. 48 seconds, excuse me. As head coach Nick First wanted an explanation on the call. As we take another look here after the shot, you see Chokis got a little too physical, which is a tough break for North Tartan because Baker made the initial save. There was no threat after that, and they could have regrouped and set up that power play. Instead, they've got 4-on-4 hockey, and right off the draw, the Pioneers score. Point-blank shot, and just like that, they take a 3-0 lead at 4-1.
Looks like that was Morgan Helgeson, the junior forward, that put that in the net.
Just the way you like to draw it up. Boreen wins the draw. Helgeson with the quick one-timer, and I don't think Baker ever seen it.
Yeah, 8th goal of the year, and as you can see, 8 goals. She's done it before and knows how to finish strong on opportunities like that.
So the Pioneers now in this second period throw a couple goals up. They lead it 4-1. We're 4-on-4 hockey for a little while here as back behind the own net. Pioneers send it up. Helgeson tips it through center. Thieschafer's back to play it for North Tartan. Played up through center and now picked up. And it's sent down just out of the reach of Koshal Klein. Meter was unable to pick it up. Boreen back the other way with Thieschafer on her. It's left for Helgeson, tried to make a move. Boreen back. Wempel sends one in, and Helgeson just out of her reach on the rebound. Puck's played across the ice over to Wempel. Wempel gains the zone. And Wempel leaves it down in the corner. Now Wempel again sends it out front, no one there. And it's picked up by Bellows momentarily. Now Allie Clark with speed for Hill Murray. Has it knocked off her stick by Meter.
Fighters, full strength.
Bellows leaves for Meter, and Hill Murray's at full strength now. A power play for 44 seconds. Opportunity here, and a goal, and it's a pretty one. A nice goal by number 11. It's a freshman, Nina Steigoff, and it was a good one at that. A couple of moves in tight, and she was able to beat Baker on her backhand.
Yeah, as you can see here, Jeb, she skates in, little backhand, beats Baker, no problem. And for the freshman, that's her 4th goal of the year. So she's definitely, she's inexperienced in age, but she's definitely got the skill set to be playing at this level. Scoring 4 goals already here in her freshman year of varsity hockey.
So what started out as a pretty back and forth game is now kind of tilted to one side as the Pioneers now with a 4-0 lead. They lead at 5-1. Just over 6 minutes remaining here in the middle period. As it's sent in, Baker steers it aside, and it's picked up by Hawkins now from her own end. Hawkins makes a move, is able to get out of her zone. Hawkins now through center. She winds up, fires one on, and it's steered aside nicely by Kennedy, who hasn't seen much action this second period.
Well, that's one of those things, Jeb. It's that's a tough way to play when you're playing against a team like Hill Murray, who's got this many skilled skaters, and deep lines is you're constantly skating on your heels, and it almost becomes your number one goal is just trying to get the puck out of your zone, let alone trying to create scoring opportunities and stay within your system like Coach First wanted to do. Marissa Baker's done a great job in nets this evening, but sometimes it just gets a little too tough, and to hold on to that kind of style of play.
Absolutely. It's tough to get some offensive going when you're constantly, like you said, in the defensive zone. As now North Tartan, Koshal Klein puts on the brakes and sends it back down low as it's played behind their own net. Now Thieshafer sends it up. Picked up by Chokas, tried to center, just out of the reach for Koshal Klein. They gain the zone. Chokas just has it roll off her stick. Puck's bounced around and eventually picked up by Svengi. She has it taken away. And Meter unable to get around the Hill Murray defense. Now through center. Casa gains the zone, makes a move around one, but Casa unable to get a shot on net as Thieshafer was right on her. Through center, it's tipped and held in nicely there by Svengi, but the puck does bounce out. Kicked around a bit, now through center. It's picked up there by Blinkhorn. Blinkhorn down in tight and bounced around out in front. The first initial save by Baker was good. And back the other way, North Tartan tried to make a move at the line. Wemple stopped him there. Now Blinkhorn with speed. She had Kaufman going to the net. Puck centered and bounced around. And now out of the corner, Allie Clark sends it low. Right away, Hill Murray's on it. North Tartan ties up in the corner. 3:40 left to play, second period. The Pioneers have jumped out to a 5-1 lead here in the second period as Boreen comes out. Fanned on the first one, the second one's deflected. Right away, the Pioneers again send it low. Boreen out of the corner. Has it roll off her stick. Now Boreen centers right on, and they score. Morgan Helgelson, her second of the night, on a beautiful pass by Abigail Boreen, and the Pioneers now lead it 6-1.
Yeah, it's tough to beat a shot like that where Abigail Boreen puts a pass out front, puts it right on Helgeson's stick, and she's just able to just put it right back in the back of the net. And Baker's seen a lot of shots this evening. She's made a lot of great saves, but I think the toll's starting to take its toll on her. And these opportunities are getting tougher and tougher to save here.
Wemple enters the zone for the Pioneers as they get right back at it. Picked up by North Tartan here as they're able to clear the zone. Now with some speed, they gain the zone. This is Henriksen. Henriksen in the corner. Tied up there as the puck taken away. Now on the half wall is Helgelson again all the way through center. Boreen with speed. And able to pick up for North Tartan is Griesklans as she sends it out to Chokas. Chokas plays it over to Henriksen. They enter the zone. That's turned over by Featherstone. Now tipped in at the line with Steigoff. Steigoff able to pick the pocket. All the way back, Wemple from the point, fires one in, deflected out front. Some nice stick handling, they hit the pipe there. Baker's bailed out by the iron. Unable to clear the zone, the Pioneers hold. They send it down into the corner. Now back out front, but unable to get a stick on it was Steigoff. Up through center, puck's played with a high stick, but Hill Murray touches first. Koshel Klein with an opportunity, just out of her reach, but a good opportunity there if she was able to get a shot off. Pioneers now through center. Steigoff fires one in. This one's high. And the first one on it again is the sister Nina Steigoff. Played up through center. Back to play it now for the Pioneers is Miranda Anthony. Anthony takes it down behind her own net. Sent around, but out of the reach for Aaron Steigoff. North Tartan holds the zone. Out of the corner, it's played up. Erica Steigoff sends it down and around. Up the half wall, the first one on it for North Tartan is Mrs. Young, Jaden Young that is. Now Thiefschafer from behind her own net. Up the half wall. North Tartan unable to clear as it's held in there. An opportunity for the Pioneers. Fired right on, it's deflected back and over the net. And now North Tartan out of their own end with some speed. 1 minute left to play here in the second period. The Pioneers up 6-1 here on North Tartan. And it's played up now through neutral. And a good back check there by the young Kylie Thompson for North Tartan. And now in the neutral zone, North Tartan picks it up, sent in and easily held on by Mrs. Kennedy as she'll hold with 34 seconds left to play in the second period.
Yeah, that's the first puck she's seen between the pipes there in some time. It's North Tartan, you know, I mean, you can see that they've lost their 3 straight games and they've had a hard time scoring goals, and it's same situation here tonight. And somehow, some way, they gotta find some offense here if they want to make a little run here come February, March.
And turned over there by Casa. Anderson momentarily had the puck. Now Thiefschafer through center plays it. And it's played off there, but bounced around now back into North Tartan's end. Baker plays it aside. It's picked up by Hawkins. Hawkins tries to go up the sidewall, but it's picked off by the Pioneers as the final seconds come to a close here in period number 2. It's the Pioneers 6, North Tartan 1 after 2.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you got a team like Hill Murray and you've got the ability to score 6 goals in 2 periods with 5 different goal scorers, you know, they've got a deep team. And the thing is about it is it's not an overly experienced group of gals. You know, it's not a senior-laden team that's, it's destined for the state championship this year. But it's a lot of girls who are sophomores and juniors who've been playing with those senior-type girls for the last couple years, and here they are. You know, they know how to win, even though they're young. So here they are, and this is the situation they're in. And North Tartan can come out in the third period and skate hard and, try to salvage something here this evening.
As we take a look at some of the goals here early in the period, as the deflection there kind of got the ball rolling. Take a look at the nice stick handling here as
another angle here. Jeb, as you can see, she beats the defender, a little backhand shot, and there was nothing Natalie Baker could do with that.
And then the next goal of the period, again, just Baker never really with an opportunity as Boreen had set up Helgelson point blank. Later in the period, the Baker bailed out by some iron there, but only a couple of positive breaks for North Tartan there in that second period.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched a lot of hockey over the last few years, a lot of girls games, and that was one of the most one-sided periods I've seen in some time. Hill Murray outdoing them 4-zip in the second period, and yeah, without a doubt, that was all Hill Murray, and North Tartan is kind of lucky that it could have been a lot worse.
We'll be back with the start of our third period as the Pioneers 6, North Tartan 1. Stay with us.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you bacteria can hide in food and make you ill. Wow. But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean, separate, cook, and chill. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
We've all seen stories of conflict that ended with peace. We've seen stories of hunger end in abundance. We see stories of fear, despair, and poverty, but they can end with courage, hope, and love. With you. Be a part of writing a story that's greater than poverty. Learn how at worldvision.org.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with strong, healthy bones.
And welcome back as we get set to start our third period. North Tartan looking to get on the board here as they trail 6-1. Take a look at the Metro East standings where the Pioneers sit atop the conference thus far.
Yeah, and as you can see, Hill Murray up on top. 4-0 in the conference, 8-2 overall. Look to go 5-0 in the conference here this evening. North Tartan will probably drop to 1-3, but still a lot of hockey left here, and we'll see how it plays out.
That we will, as the puck's dumped into the Pioneers' end, and right away Boreen, the first on it to escape the zone. Kicked around, and now Helgelson looking for the hat trick in all alone, and she decides to send it over to Featherstone, so an unselfish play there. Boreen now with some stick handling in tight, sends one on, it's kicked around, and Baker is able to hold right away, right where the Pioneers left off. They get right back at it. You see some unselfish play there by Helgelson as she had an opportunity to hat trick and decided to move it over to Featherstone.
Yeah, and you know, it was the unselfish play, but to be honest with you, Jeff, I'm not sure if it was the right one.
Yeah, that's just it. I think she had a better opportunity to score than to try to set it up, but nevertheless, Wemple sends one on, and it's again gloved and held by Baker. It's good to see Baker continuing to get some action, even though she's been peppered all night. Sometimes you see the coaching staff give them the rest of the evening off, but good to see that she'll continue to get some action here against a tough Pioneer team.
Yeah, regardless what Natalie Baker takes away from this game, I mean, the scoreboard can look disheartening, you know, down 6-1 and, you know, giving up 6 goals, but she's made a lot of great saves this evening, and it's one of those deals where, you know, this Hill Murray team is very talented. Not to take anything from North Tartan, but I think, you know, Hill Murray is just a better team at this point of the season right now.
Henriksen and Bellows get tied up there as the puck gets squirted out to them, but missed opportunity there. Now Blinkhorn down into the corner, tries to center, just off the handle there. Tipped out, Wemple's able to hold, fired in just wide of the net, squirts through the crease, and the net momentarily bumped off the Morning, so we get a quick stoppage in play as they reset the net. 15:40 left to play here in the third period.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of situations like that in this game where it could be a lot worse when it comes to, you know, the 6 goals that Hill Murray has on the board. A lot of loose pucks that, you know, Hill Murray just hasn't had a skater there to do it, to put a shot on net, but it's definitely, you know, Natalie Baker has caught some breaks this evening as well.
Now bounced around, Thieschafer's able to play it up, and unable to clear the zone, I should say, and Anthony sent it right back in. Now in the corner, the Pioneers look to cycle. Able to break that up momentarily was Thompson. It's sent out. And again, Anthony able to hold the zone, sends it down into the corner, just out of the reach of Allie Clark. Comes all the way around, and now North Tartan able to escape the zone. Through center, it's tipped down the length of the ice by Jaden Young, and back to play it again is Miranda Anthony for the Pioneers. She plays it up to Steigoff. Steigoff enters the zone with speed. She's got Beldy break into the net. Tried to center, was picked off by Meter, and she was immediately knocked off the puck. Now Chokus is there on the half wall. She ties up and into the corner. Percy and Steigoff, and Pioneers come away with it. Steigoff in deep, and she scores. Nice effort there by Nina Steigoff as the freshman tallies her second goal tonight, and it's now a 7-1 Hill Murray lead.
Yeah, her second goal this evening and 5th goal on the season. It was a hard-fought goal there. She had a lot of defensemen in her face there, and she just skates past Baker and beats her to go up 7-1 here.
So I believe we'll have running time unless North Tartan can get back on the board. They were the first to score tonight, but it's been all Pioneers since. As 14 minutes left to play here in the third period. The Pioneers now 7, North Tartan 1. As Bellows from the half wall now sends it through center. Picked up there, and now entering the zone is Henriksen as she's tied up by Anthony. Now in the corner, the two of them battle. Digging around for it. And it looks like Henriksen's on the puck, so the whistle, the quick stoppage of play, will have a face-off just to the right of Kennedy, who's only seen a handful of shots here tonight.
Yeah, I think Coach First has got his hands full here coming into practice tomorrow. He's got a girls team that's lost 4 straight, and they just taken a big one on the chin here to Hill Murray, 7-1 as we speak. He's got to figure out a way to create some offense and get the spirits back up for these girls to kind of make that 2017 run here, because 2016's not ending, I'm sure, the way he wants it to.
That is the truth. As some physical play there as Casa takes down Young. No call on the play. This one squirts the length of the ice. Icing is called on the Pioneers, and so North Tartan will have a offensive zone face-off coming to the left of Rachel Kennedy.
I do like I think you spoke on it earlier, Jab, about how Coach First is leaving the goaltender in. Sometimes, she's only played 2 games this year. This is her 3rd start, but, you got to learn from the tough times before you can enjoy the great times. And I think this is a good experience for her to ride out this game and just keep battling there in the net.
And she's played fantastic. I mean, she's been seeing shot after shot as Boreen again straight on. And Baker with a big save, holds her ground. She's able to hold there. But she's seen a number of shots. The shot's about 4-1 in the favor of the Pioneers. So Baker's been tested often tonight as Boreen tried to go short side. And Baker able to get a glove on it there and hold. Now back to the point. Casa sends it over. It's sent down into the corner. Boreen is on it. Boreen sends it back up top, and it's held there by Svengi. Now Svengi sends it down. This one tips into the corner as Featherstone gives chase. She sends it down, tipped around, and now picked up by Percy. Callie Percy up the half wall. Boreen picks it off, but a good defense again there by Percy. It's sent down now. Hawkins picks it up. Hawkins battles down behind her own net. And on the half wall, this is Allie Clark. Percy jumps up on her as Clark battles down behind the North Tartan net. Picked up now by Blinkhorn for the Pioneers. Blinkhorn leaves it behind. And entering the zone, and we've got interference coming on number 5, Mackenzie Casa. So North Tartan, but they're only their second power play tonight, and their first one was cut short about 25 seconds in when Maddie Chokus was called for cross-checking.
Yeah, I think it's going to be important here for North Tartan to kind of put some work here in a bad situation. They made a foolish mistake their last power play opportunity when the game was still close. Now let's see if they can, work on some things for the future here in the next 2 minutes and create some scoring chances for themselves.
North Tartan able to hold the zone. Oh, and the run just bounced off the stick of Bellows as she had a good looking opportunity with a bouncing puck. Tied up in the corner now as Bellows battles there with Wemple. Bellows comes away with it, puts on the brakes. Now Bellows from down behind the Pioneer net sends it up top. Schaefer. She sends it back to Bellows. And down low now, North Tartan from behind the net. It's left there as Henriksen picks it up. And she circles the zone and leaves it behind. Riechklan sends one in wide of the net. It's picked up by Hill Murray and sent the length of the ice by Keppel. As the North Tartan power play looks to set up that power play through center now. An opportunity as Koshel Klein gains the zone. Down behind the Pioneer net, she skates around. And she leaves it for Percy. Percy fires one in, and it's knocked down by Blinkhorn. Picked up out of the corner. Schaefer plays catch, and it's knocked out of the zone. And a good kill by the Pioneer. Penalty kill thus far as North Tartan yet to register a power play shot. As they come up now, far side. Koshel Klein cuts to the middle. She makes her way in. This is sent up top. Percy tries to go down low to Henriksen. That one just wide of the net. Now Chokus from behind the net out front, and they score! A power play goal. Maddie Chokus centered out front, and Koshel Klein was able to knock it in past Rachel Kennedy.
Yeah, nice job by Chokus in the behind the net there to pass it out to Koshel Klein for her second goal of the year. As we take a look here.
A nice goal by North Tartan. Zoe Koshel Klein is able to put it on the board, so we're back to stop time here. Maybe a little jump in the step of the North Tartan gals as Hill Murray goes right back to work. An opportunity in deep, unable to get that one in on Baker. Never made its way on her. Now out of the corner, it's sent down low as Steigoff picks it up out front. Tipped around, and now back the other way comes North Tartan with speed. Henriksen tried to step around Casa, was unable to. Casa plays it up. Now through center, Steigoff gains the zone. And it's picked off there. Again, we start to see a little jump in the North Tartan step. Back to play it is Wemple, for the Pioneers, and this one's off the mark, and we'll go for icing. Another offensive face-off will come to the left of Rachel Kennedy.
Yeah, that was a positive situation here, in a not so great, part of the game here for North Tartan. But to get a goal, after a power play chance there, and make some positive things here. You still got to work here this last period, and you can see that North Tartan hasn't quit here this evening.
Good opportunity again there as Chokus set up Zoe Koshel Klein out front, was able to get a shot right on, but this time Kennedy was able to make the pad save and hold on. Face-offs won by the Pioneers as Wemple plays it down and around. Keppel's now there for the Pioneers as she comes out of her own end through center. Puck's bouncing around a little bit, now picked up by Peterson. As Keppel plays it in on the half wall out of the corner now. Keppel puts on the brakes and again holds it there. Everyone's tied up in the corner here with just over 7 minutes left to play. It's 7-2. Hill Murray leads it right out front, and a big save by Baker. Second chance, and again, Baker steers it aside. And now Meter for North Tartan, just out of the reach for Chokus. And this one will go the length of the ice, and icing is the call.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of opportunities Natalie Baker gets here as the season continues. I mean, this being her third start of the year, the scoreboard doesn't show it, but she's done a fantastic job this evening. I think she's definitely deserves some more opportunities as we go on, and I'd like to see what how she fares against a team that isn't so high-powered like the Hillmurray Pioneers here.
Baker again with another point-blank shot right on, is able to make the save and hold on. You see Callie Percy getting a little physical there at the end of the play. The Pioneers now from the corner send it all the way back to the point. It's fired wide of the net. And now first one on it is Featherstone. Featherstone tried to play it low. It's picked off there, and now on the far side, Steinberg plays it up through center, and now picked up here momentarily by Kylie Thompson as she gains the zone. Thompson tries to fire into the corner. It's picked off. Now Anthony from behind her own net for the Pioneers. Anthony puts on the brakes on the half wall, just out of the reach of Featherstone. Fired out front, and Kennedy stares it aside. And Helgelson is tied up behind her own net. And it's centered, but Helgelson first one on it. Now Featherstone picks it up in the neutral zone. Gains the zone, a good back check there by Hawkins. Tried to center, just out of the reach, and now North Tartan back the other way. This is Bromerick. Bromerick one-on-one, fires, side on, and a good save, steered aside by Rachel Kennedy. Bellows can't hold on to that one as it's bounced around, and now Hillmurray back the other way with speed. Allie Clark. Clark leaves it behind, but unable to handle it was Blinkhorn. And North Tartan back the other way. 5:20 remaining here in the third period as it's sent in, steered aside by Kennedy, and picked up by Casa. Casa now through center, has it deflected. It's turned over there and picked up. Back the other way is Grieshklans as she has it knocked off her stick. Now Kaushal Klein sends one in, and Kennedy makes the save, steered aside and picked up by Svengi. Now the other way. Hillmurray, this is Steigoff as she gets around one. Steigoff leaves it. Big save by Baker as she's able to reach across and make the save, but we're going to have another North Tartan penalty as hooking was called on Claire Meter.
Yeah, that was a great pass there by the young forward by Hillmurray. Great save by the goaltender, and you know, like I said, it's not something that North Tartan wants to do here. We're down 7-2, try to kill off a penalty.
4:43 remainder in this game as Pioneers go back on the power play. Percy tries to send it out. It's held in there nicely. Now back Percy again, tries to kill some time. Chokus is right there, but Hillmurray's able to hold the zone. Sent down low, now back out front. It's tipped around a bit. Baker's able to make the first save. Now comes all the way back to the point. Sent in wide of the net. First one on it is Beldy. Has it knocked off her stick, but Hillmurray's able to hold. Greeter sends one in wide of the net. Zoe Kaushal Klein battles there, and now Marissa Hawkins out of the corner. Sends it down and around, and Percy's there. Percy chews up some time here for North Tartan. Sends it up, but it's held in nicely there by Anthony. Anthony sends it down, and Amber Peterson's the first one on it. Unable to handle the bouncing puck, and now North Tartan's able to clear as they get a couple of new penalty killers out there. And it's now sent through center, knocked down by Ebe. Ebe gains the zone. Makes her way to center, fires one on. It never made its way in on Baker. And now it's sent out the length of the ice, and the rest of the North Tartan penalty kill will switch up. Bellows is on the ice now for North Tartan. And from behind their own net, Pioneers make their way out, up through center now. This is Peterson. Peterson drops. Shot right on, and it's knocked down out front. That one hit the back of Ebe. Now again, a good opportunity, but Beldy was unable to get a stick on it. Ebe from the corner leaves it down low. And North Tartan sends it the length of the ice, and that should do it for the penalty. 2:40 left to play in the hockey game. Hill Murray 7, North Tartan 2. As Wempel plays it through center. Now this is Eve. She has the puck knocked off her stick. Chokas tries to play it up through center. It's turned over as Boreen leaves it there. Now picked up this time by Featherstone. She had to wait for a moment while Boreen got onside. Pioneers play D to D now. Taylor Wempel sends it far side. It's picked off there by Meter as Meter gains the zone. She leaves for Koshel Klein, and a shot just wide. Chokas is there. Centers again, Koshel Klein, unable to get a shot off that time. His back the other way is Helgelson for the Pioneers. She's got Featherstone with her, and a shot and a goal, and a beautiful play from Helgelson to Featherstone, and Featherstone's there to bury it for the Pioneers as now they lead it 8-2.
Yeah, Featherstone puts her 5th goal in of the season, and that was another one of those situations where, Natalie Baker did all she could, but on that 2-1, 2-on-1, that was going to be a tough one to stop there.
And a beautiful pass by Helgelson, and is right on the tape. Featherstone just redirected, and just like that, less than 2 minutes left to play. Hill Murray leads at 8, North Tartan 2. As the final minutes kind of come to a close here. Allie Clark enters the zone for Hill Murray. Knocked off the puck by Marissa Hawkins. Now again, Clark from down low. Hawkins gives chase. This one right on, and they score again. The Pioneers, this time it's Haley Blinkhorn, is able to meet Baker. And it's now 9-2. As the final minute will tick off here.
So Haley Blinkhorn adds her 7th goal this season for the sophomore forward.
And that'll about do it. The Pioneers with 9, North Tartan 2. The final minute left here in tonight's hockey game. And what started off as a pretty competitive back and forth. It got one-sided there early in the second period, and it's been all Pioneers since.
Well, when you're in a situation, Jeb, where you score 9 goals on an evening, and you've got 7 different players scoring them 9 goals, you've got a good team. And this is a young team in age, but they've learned from some veteran players over the last few years, and this team will definitely be there when it comes down to it. In March down in St. Paul, and with those 2 teams that beat them, they'll be looking for revenge against Edina and Eden Prairie. So,
yeah, they're a well-oiled machine to say the least. It's a storied franchise that's been around and been successful for many years, and as we've seen tonight, it really doesn't matter what grade they're in. If you make the varsity team, there's a reason why you're on it. So that'll do it for us here tonight. The Pioneers 9, North Tartan 2. For all of us here at TV 19, thanks so much for joining us. Alongside Corey Franzmeyer, I'm Jeb Brand. We'll see you next time.